What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another offseason rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today, the Phoenix Suns, a team that was in the NBA Finals just a year ago, probably just had one of the ugliest losses in a Game 7 in the playoffs I have ever seen. Luka Doncic completely embarrassed them in the Western Conference semifinals. They did not go back to the NBA Finals this year, and I think this team needs a little bit of help. So ultimately, they do have one of the best point guards in NBA history in Chris Paul. He is now 37 years of age. That makes me a little nervous, especially in a video game where nothing but regression happens pretty much as soon as you hit 30. We obviously have one of the best young shooting guards, probably best young players in the NBA in Devin Booker, and then the DeAndre Ayton rumors, we'll get into those in just a second. So of course, this is not going to be too challenging of a rebuild. If I don't get this team at least in the finals by year 2, this is pretty much a gigantic fail in my opinion, but the goal is obviously get them a championship. Besides this Suns rebuild, I do want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. What are some other teams you want me to see rebuild? And while we're down there, if you guys are new around here, new to the community, new to the channel, want to hit that subscribe button, do me a favor, help out. I'd love to have it. Other than that, I'm excited, man. We are going to hopefully go ahead and get the Suns a championship. I think it's a very feasible task for this team. Let's get into it. So we're here in the 2022 NBA offseason. You can ignore the conference rank and everything like that. I obviously had to sim the 2021 season first, but everything up to that is pretty much set. We have all the first round picks set, as I mentioned in the other video the other day. The Suns do not have a first round pick. Monty Williams is obviously the head coach of this team. I'm a pretty big fan of Monty Williams. Head coach of the year right there. So yeah, he's not getting fired, but nonetheless, we are going to be heading up to the draft, which we do not have a pick in, which, again, makes me a little bit nervous. I'm not saying this is an old team by any means, considering 2 out of the 3 best players in this squad are 25 years or younger. That obviously being Devin Booker, you have Bridges, and then obviously DeAndre Ayton as well. And then 37-year-old Chris Paul. I don't want to trade him, but yeah, I'm a little worried about regression. I'm not going to lie to you. So I make no promises either way. We do not have a first-round pick. I do not know if I want to go ahead and try to trade for one. I think it could be a fun little thing to do, especially with maybe an older point guard on the team potentially. But, if I'm looking for a spot, especially in this starting lineup that really needs some help, it is down to that power forward position. That's not a dig against Jay Crowder. I think Jay Crowder fills his role very, very well. I mean, if we're obviously looking at the board right now, these guys are all power forwards, technically, at least according to this game. Holmgren is probably more of a center, but Banchero and Jabari Smith Jr., probably more of that power forward spot. And then other than that, it kind of takes a serious fall off at that spot. Keegan Murray down here. But yeah, I don't really think I'm going to trade any of the core pieces, especially because I'm probably not going to get one of the big 3 right here, if you will. So we'll skip over the draft this year. We'll hit team player options real quick. Cameron Johnson is going to be coming back. Kind of forgot about him. I knew he was on the team. I just didn't think he's a long-term answer, at least in my opinion. DeAndre Ayton's getting the qualifying. Aaron Holiday, it's a little iffy. I can give it to him. I don't know who either of these 2 people are. I know the Ayton rumors are floating around. You've seen him get mentioned with teams like, let me see, the Atlanta Hawks have been a new one recently. The Charlotte Hornets have been one recently. There are numerous teams that have been linked to DeAndre Ayton, and obviously he is restricted. So unless the Suns, for some reason, just let their former number 1 overall pick walk, it's going to have to be some sort of sign and trade if they want to go ahead and trade for him. So that being said, I have plans of probably keeping DeAndre Ayton on this team. I think it would be pretty dumb for me to let him go. We can look at his offers so far. No real contract offers. I guess maybe the one real one here would be from the OKC Thunder. Just about $23 million a year. It's really not a great offer. But we can kind of look at the bare bones roster right now. Obviously, CP3, as I mentioned, again, not 100% on what I'm going to do with him. Is a 91 overall. If I'm going to max out on that potential, it's probably going to have to be right now. He's probably going to be around an 87 to start year number 2, and then it's only going down from there. Campaign in here as well. Booker obviously is never going anywhere. Bridges, they have Crowder, and they have Johnson here. I don't know what I'm going to do with Cameron Johnson, man. He's in an expiring deal, and I just don't see him as a long-term answer, if I'm being honest with you. That's in real life as well. And then Saric in here as well as a backup center. So I need to bring back Ayton. I'm going to let him probably go through the moratorium phase because I do want to give him a real big contract. McGee can go, Payton can go. No, I want to keep. Could maybe trade Holiday. Gabriel Lundberg. Thanks for coming. I'm assuming Ayton's either going to get he's going to go to the Thunder. It's actually it's not a horrible contract. I do want him back, though, so welcome back to the team, DeAndre Ayton. I'm going to be keeping him. I think it makes sense. We can kind of look at the contract here if you want to go ahead and do that. I don't really know what the problem is with him and the Suns right now in real life, but I would probably be trying to keep DeAndre Ayton if I was the GM of the Suns. And again, I know I'm not for obvious reasons, but, there's probably... I just don't think he gets the basketball enough, if I'm being honest with you. But, again, we're not getting into it. This is 2K. You can pretty much do whatever you want, and it'll work. We're going to make a trade. I'll see you guys with the move. So I'm going to trade Chris Paul. I'm sorry. With my vast experience in 2K, I know how much that regression hurts. And ultimately, it could cost me a championship depending on how long I wait out trading Chris Paul. So these are the two offers that I am kind of debating between. I'm talking about Darius Garland, and the reason I'm strongly considering this is because I've in the past probably 3 or 4 videos I've made, I've seen him win an MVP in probably 2 of them, which is kind of crazy, but he plays very, very well. 22 years of age, obviously is an expiring contract. I'm going to give him some money next offseason. We also do acquire Kevin Love. We have to get rid of Jay Crowder. The other one I'm considering is this right here. And it's this one right here with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They want to offer me Anthony Edwards. And that's like, I know how good Anthony Edwards gets, but I'd kind of be giving up on Bridges then, I feel like. But Anthony Edwards is just somebody you can legitimately never trade for. And I'm like really, really interested in doing so. So I'm sorry, Suns fans. I'm probably going to be moving Bridges for a point guard. But it's honestly too hard for me to pass up on Anthony Edwards here because it's not every day I have a player of his caliber and his potential joining one of my teams via trade. So Anthony Edwards, welcome to the Phoenix Suns. I really don't see a way to kind of play Bridges at the power forward spot or get him into this rotation, especially when we do have Booker here. Might give Cam Johnson the opportunity for a year. Yeah, I believe this is the final year of his contract. It is. So other than that, I don't see Cam Johnson. I mentioned this a lot of times now as a long-term option, but I'm sorry, I like Bridges a lot. I really do. We just need to get a point guard now. We're going for the home run ball. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was actually an option for Chris Paul for me to trade for. I could have sent CP3 back to OKC. I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to try to acquire him here and have him be my new starting point guard because this is honestly kind of a god squad if we were able to get this to go through. I would rather not give up a ton of first-round picks. You can have Torrey Craig if you want him. Shai's on this team. This team is turning into an unbelievably young and unbelievably good team here in Phoenix for us. So the starting 5 is figured out. Wow. I cannot honestly believe this. So here's how it's going to look. Shai's going to be our starting point guard. Cam Payne will be his backup. D-Book won't have a backup. I'll get Edwards a backup. We're going to have Crowder and Johnson in here. And then we're going to have Ayton and Sarge. That's actually kind of crazy. I did not think this team would be this good going into the first season. How did Iggy not retire? I need a small forward. I need a small forward, and I don't have anybody left from their bird rights. No, I do not. I just don't know if any of these guys are really the answer with their ages. How about if I sign Hassan Whiteside, and I trade him for somebody else? We also have Aaron Holiday. Ooh, is Aaron Holiday restricted? Let me check. Oh, he is restricted. I just don't have the money, so no, I'm not going to give it to him. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till he resigns in free agency, and then I'll see you guys with the trade. We're going to go ahead and do this deal here with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hassan Whiteside, Aaron Holiday going to Cleveland, Cedi Osman, and Brandon Goodwin coming back to us here in Phoenix. I almost did this deal here with the Lakers and almost got THT in a first, which actually wouldn't have been a bad deal. THT does have a player option after this year for $11 million. It's just, I don't know. It's just something about him. I don't know. I feel like there's a possibility he almost declines that player option, and then I just kind of have to let him go because I won't have bird rights on him or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead, kind of get the more secure player here with the longer contract in Osman, who does go ahead and have a team option for us next year. And then we're actually probably going to acquire another first-round pick because Brandon Godwin is not going to be on this roster. So, or Goodwin, whatever the hell his name is, however the hell you pronounce it. We're going to go ahead and get a first-round pick here from, sure, thank you, Charlotte. And I don't know who this dude is, but who are you? Anybody want to give me a pick for this dude? I'll take 2 seconds. I will see you guys at the start of year number 1 with the rotation. Start of the first season for us here in Phoenix. We have made some pretty major moves to this team and some moves that I think are going to help carry us to an NBA championship here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be joining Devin Booker in the backcourt from probably one of the youngest and one of the best backcourts in the entire league. We were able to acquire former number 1 overall pick Anthony Edwards. He is all the way up to an 87 overall, and he is going to be our starting small forward. He has another team option. That's what I was checking. I'm very happy about that. Cameron Johnson's, again, that one guy I'm a little iffy on. He really doesn't have to do much in a starting lineup like this. He remains in the front court next to DeAndre Ayton. We were able to come to terms on a contract, and I'm very happy. Actually, I guess I kind of matched it with the Thunder, but yeah, we're just going to keep him anyways. Bench unit's probably something that's a little iffy. This is something probably we're going to have to work on this offseason. It's led by Cameron Payne, Dario Saric, Cedi Osman, and Jay Crowder. So it's not the worst bench in the world. It definitely could be a little bit better, though. But this starting 5 for a year number 1, this is probably the best starting 5 I've had in a year number 1, in my opinion. And, we didn't do a ton to it, but we added 2 probably all-star caliber players. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. I have Western Conference Finals championship hopes with this squad. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. Luka averages 40.5 points a game and takes home the MVP award. This is just ridiculous. This dude gets sucked off by this game. Insane amounts. We're at 2 seed here in the West. We're number 7 in the power rankings. That's not exactly hopeful. Well, I'll take a 2 seed in the Western Conference for your number 1. Ty Washington, Rookie of the Year. Typically, it's Chet Holmgren. Congrats, Ty. Brickleberry Simmons, 6th Man of the Year. Matisse Thybulle is your Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know why. I just get, like, obviously it's a defensive award. I get that. It's just funny seeing a stat line of 3 points a game, 2 boards, and 1 assist. He does have 2 steals and almost 1.5 blocks a game, though. Poku, most improved in Oklahoma City, and Nate McMillan is your Coach of the Year. So we're a 2 seed here in the West. We're going to go ahead and check out some standings real quick. We finished with a record of 51-31. That's not too bad. Would have maybe liked a couple more wins, but I will take it. We hit that 50-game threshold pretty quickly. We have 3 20-plus point per game scorers with Shea, Booker, and Edwards. Ayton just close behind with 14 points. Campaign Sarge, Johnson, Chetty Osman, Crowder, and then Bryn Forbes did play a little bit himself. Rebounds went to Ayton, almost 14 a game, and assists with Shea with just a hair under 8 a game. All right, let's sim the play and see what we got here in the first round. It's going to be the Sacramento Kings making their way back to the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox, Dante DiVincenzo, Victor Oladipo, Jabari Smith Jr. They drafted him. What number pick did they have? They had the 4th overall pick. One of the big 3 fell all the way to number 4. Interesting. That's not what I did. Okay. And then they have Sabonis. They got Davion Mitchell coming off the bench. Interesting. We'll go game by game right now with the Sacramento Kings. We're up 2-0 really quick. I really didn't think there were going to be much competition. They get one in there on their home floor. We win in 5. Moving on to Golden State. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. They slid Jonathan Kuminga into the starting 5. Wiseman, they got Jordan Poole off the bench, Thomas Bryant. They still got Draymond. Yeah, that's a very good 6 seed right there. Let me tell you firsthand, coming from a Celtics fan, the Warriors are scary. We are up 3-0, though, and we sweep them. And here come the big bad Pelicans that I seemingly have to face every time I do a Western Conference team in one of these rebuilds. Yeah, they're never fun to face because they have the hype beast, Mr. Zion Williamson, who, besides Luka Doncic, might be the second biggest player that 2K sucks off. We're down 3-2, and we're going to a Game 7 right now. And we lose. It's a Pelicans and Cavaliers finals. Just what everybody wants to see. Congrats. 93 overall Zion, man. Hasn't played basketball in a year, but he's carrying a team to the championship. Cool. All right, league meeting time. We are going to decline all of these as always. No shock right there. We'll hit the draft lottery. I definitely don't think we have any picks in here. We can double check just to be sure, though. It's going to be a Thunder, Magic, Wizards, Pistons, Pelicans, top 5 of the 2023 draft lottery. I am not letting Monty Williams go. I still think he's a very good head coach. We will head up to the draft. I do not know if we have our first round pick. We do. I've also been getting a lot of advice from you guys in the comment section, and I actually genuinely appreciate it. A lot of you guys have been saying when you go ahead and just kind of trade your first round pick, it's not nearly as valuable if you just hop into the draft and kind of go ahead and take the best prospect available. I'm either going to do that and then trade the prospect for something a little bit more valuable, or I'm going to go ahead and actually draft a guy I could use. Yeah, I don't even know who this dude is, but I don't know how long campaign's going to last in this team. So Jason spells Jason like Jason Tatum. So this dude is a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, and a power forward. Interesting. I have no idea who you are. There is no shot in hell I can pronounce that last name, but welcome to the team, Jason. You're a 73 overall. I don't have the highest hopes for you. Osman can come back. Obviously, Ant's going to come back. Qualifying, Cam Johnson can get it. I think he could be a guy that does get moved. I mean, I'm not saying he played horribly for us, especially within his role, but I think we could potentially get a little bit of an upgrade there, if you will. Crowder's probably gone. That age and that regression's probably going to hurt a little bit too much. I wouldn't mind bringing back Sarge. Probably, I'll give him the 3-year deal just because it's only a 3-year rebuild. So, yeah, I'm going to wait now on Johnson. Crowder can go, and then we'll probably figure out a trade. It's nothing, again, I'm sure I'm going to get a little bit of hate in the comment section, which is fine, but, like, I don't know. There's just something about Cam Johnson I'm just not a huge fan of. I'll give him probably close to $20 million a year just so we can maybe match it with some of the bigger names that are in potential trade talks with us. I'll see you guys at the trade. I went ahead and tried to get Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies. Ultimately, no matter what I threw at them, it wasn't happening. We're going to go with a different option here, potentially in Miles Bridges. Definitely different types of power forwards, but I still think Miles Bridges would fit this system well. Oh, that has to be a trade exception in there. Obviously, that was not going to go through. I would be more than willing to throw you this Jason dude who we just drafted. And how about a couple first-round picks? How about 2? I really don't want to do any more than that. Cool. Welcome to the team, Miles Bridges. You are going to be our new starting power forward. We need to get you a backup now. And then other than that, the rest of the lineup is pretty much all good to go. Javonte Green, not particularly. Larry Nance Jr., that's actually not bad. For a 1-year deal for Larry Nance Jr., welcome to the squad. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. Year number 2 has arrived here for us in Phoenix. We are going to go ahead and hopefully win a championship with this squad. This starting five's insane. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Miles Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton rounds out our starting five. Bench unit, Cameron Payne, Dario Saric, Larry Nance Jr., and Chetty Osman. So again, still not the best bench unit. I tend to like to have at least 180 plus coming off the bench. Just makes me feel a little bit better. That could be something we focus on in the offseason, considering we definitely have our starting five set. So we obviously lost to the big bad Pelicans that are the best thing since the MJ's fucking Bulls, but I think we're in a good spot right now to hopefully compete with them. I say that when we potentially have 4 to 5 All-Stars in our starting lineup, but I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Year number 2 wraps up. Once again, we are the 2 seed here in the Western Conference. We have moved all the way up to the number 2 seed in the power rankings. That's cool to see. Oh, Mr. Jason Tatum winning the MVP award. It's something I'm hopeful happens as a Celtics fan. If he continues to play the way he has for the majority of these finals, especially in the fourth quarter of these finals, it's not going to be happening anytime soon, but we're not getting into that. Victor Wembanyama, your Rookie of the Year, is in Washington. Ben Simmons, congrats. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. Jaden Ivey, Most Improved. Potential top, actually most likely a top 5 pick of the 2022 draft. Very excited to see how he does in the league. I feel bad if dude ends up in Sacramento. I really do. Willie Green, Coach of the Year. Congrats. Yeah, the Pelicans are good. We all know that. Standings, finished 56-26. Not a bad record. We definitely improved from last year. Would have been the 1 seed over there in the Eastern Conference. Stats on the year: Shai, Booker, Ant, all over 22.5 points a game. You love to see it. Ayton, Bridges, Saric, Cam Payne, Chetty Osman, Larry Nance Jr. You got Justin Anderson down there. Holy hell. Ayton led us in boards, followed by Shai. Let's sim the play-in, see who we got in the first round. Oh, great. Golden State. Steph, Poole, Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman. So it looks like, oh, wow. Oh, no, Clay's just on the bench. I was going to say they lost Clay. They added Gordon Hayward. Interesting addition to your squad. We swept Golden State last year. Can we do it again? Yes, we can. We are moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jonas Valanciunas. They got Melton off the bench. They got Malik Beasley off the bench. Zaire Williams. Oh boy, this is going to be a ride here. Consider Ja Morant just scares me, no matter what the rest of his team looks like. We are up 3-1 though, and we go on to gentlemen sweep them and win 5 straight. And we got a rematch here with the big bad Pelicans. CJ, Johnny Davis, Brandon Ingram, Hype Beast, Billy Hernan-Gomez, Jackson Hayes, Herbert Jones. You know how it goes. It really doesn't matter what the rest of the team looks like around Zion. We are up 2-1, and here we go. We're up 3-2. Can we go to the finals? Nope. We're going to a Game 7. Can we go to the finals? Oh, my God. Wow. We actually beat the Pelicans. That's a shocker. The Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, KCP, KD, Claxton. They got Brickleberry off the bench, as I mentioned. Daron Sharp, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kessler Edwards. I think we're a lot better than this team, if I'm being honest with you. We're 1-1 with them right now. We go down 2-1. So we have a best of 3 right now. We go up 3-2. Can we get a little bit of gameplay with this Suns team? Can we win a championship? That would make me feel good. It really, really would. Seriously? Okay. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be winning this game as we're getting our fucking teeth kicked in. Here in Brooklyn, we're going to Game 7 now on our home floor here in Phoenix, and I would like to win this basketball game because I really want to get this team a championship in year number 2. Oh my God, don't do this. It looks like we're going to be getting a little bit of a competitive game. Bruh. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me, right? Oh, I just feel like I have Chris Paul on my team all over again. Oh, God. Brother. Well, we blow a 3-2 lead. Hopefully that's what the Warriors do in real life. Probably not going to happen, but I still have faith. And we do not win the finals. That fucking sucks. Draft lottery time. We'll skip over it. Knicks, Pelicans, Thunder, Raptors, Spurs. How the Pelicans are just going to keep getting better is annoying because of the Anthony Davis trade. I still don't think Monty Williams is the problem with this team. I think we just need a better bench, obviously. We also don't have the best defensive lineup in the world. Defensive starting 5 at least. These are 3 second-round picks. I'm not drafting second-round picks. I'm just not doing it. Thank you, San Antonio. We now head to team player options where we have nobody. And I think we have a couple of very big free agents here. Anthony Edwards is obviously going to be coming back. We just need to give him his qualifying offer. And Devin Booker is a free agent as well. That's scary. Okay, time to max out Devin Booker. It's the most lets me give him. Player option, no trade clause. You're not going anywhere. Hopefully, right? No, he's coming back. Whoop, not you. And then Anthony Edwards, I'm going to max out right now. He can get his qualifying offer. It's a little bit of a glitch that 2K obviously allows to happen. Welcome back to the team. Okay, that's cool. We need to upgrade this bench, in my opinion. We really do. I think that's definitely one of the problems with this squad. It's obviously not the only problem, but it's definitely an issue that we need to worry about going forward. So if we look at this team right now, we legitimately have 6 players on it. So it's time to kind of revamp this bench a little bit. We got Buddy Hield, who definitely could actually be a pretty good trade piece for me. just because I think his overall is high enough where we could potentially get something decent for him. We obviously don't need a backup shooting guard. And then I still have bird rights on Cameron Payne, who I don't love as a backup point guard, but he could be a decent option. I'll see you guys with the trade. We're going to go ahead and do this trade here with the Atlanta Hawks. Buddy Hield, a first-round pick in 2 seconds over to Atlanta for Jalen Johnson and some sort of pick swap. Jalen Johnson's going to be the new backup to Miles Bridges. I like him a lot. I think he's going to bring in I don't want to compare him to like Cameron Johnson because that's just not correct. I don't really feel like. I think Cameron Johnson's a little bit of a better shooter. But ultimately, Jalen Johnson's going to come in here and kind of play that Cam Johnson role, which I probably would have had CJ playing if he was still on the squad. So, yeah, we need to go ahead. I'm probably going to have to roll with Cameron Payne, which is kind of the unfortunate thing. Do I want to bring Osman back? I give him $8 million a year. Let's see if I can give him $8 million a year and just match him with something. Can I, like, get an 80 overall off the bench? Like, that would be sick. Chetty Osman and 2 first-round picks. Can I get a better small forward off the bench? Kyle Anderson's listed as he is a power forward, technically. Bruce Brown. You know what? I'm going to take Anderson. I think that trade value is definitely going to be a little bit better. And then I'm going to trade him and 2 first-round picks. And we're just going to continue to try to upgrade. You and let's get a better backup small forward, please, 2K. No. Not an option. Patrick Baldwin Jr. He had 10 points a game last year. He's going to be my new backup small forward. Cool. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. Third and final season for us here in Phoenix. The starting 5 has no changes. It is still probably one of the best starting 5s I have created so far in the offseason rebuilds. We have 4 90-plus overalls. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Miles Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton. Bench unit definitely got a little bit better. Jalen Johnson, Patrick Baldwin Jr., Dario Saric, and still got campaign. Chilling down here. He went from 6th man to 9th man. I honestly feel bad for the dude, but yeah, we blew a 3-2 lead in the finals last year. I don't really want to take any chances. See you guys at the end of year number 3. Nikola Jokic wins his 3rd MVP award as we finally move all the way up to the 1 seed here in the Western Conference. I think this is potentially the first video in a long, long time where I haven't seen Luka Doncic win at least 2 MVPs in it. Typically, it's closer to 3 than it is to 1. That's crazy. Congrats, Nikola. DJ Wagner, Rookie of the Year, or Wagner, whatever it is in New York. Oh, God. Giannis wins another Defensive Player of the Year. J.D. Davison, Most Improved. Monty Williams wins Coach of the Year as we go 61-21. And as I mentioned, that was good enough for the 1 seed here in the Western Conference. 9 games up on the Warriors. Pelicans are below 50, so they are below. Oh, God. All right. Anthony Edwards led us in scoring. Yeah, I'm happy I traded for this dude. I traded Chris Paul for him, who might be out of the league at this point. He might very well be retired. Rebounds per game went to 8 and an assist with Shea. All right, let's end the plan. We got the Memphis. Oh, my God. I can't. Who do they have? They have Denver down there. I think I would have rather faced Denver. Can you imagine that? What kind of, that would be a crazy aspect. Can you imagine this? Obviously, if the play-in tournament was still, like, it is a thing. But, like, hypothetically, play-in tournament's still a thing. So there's obviously the winners of the play-in play the 1 and the 2 seeds. Imagine if the 1 seed got to pick which team they played. Can you imagine? Not how much like beef that would start, but like you just imagine like if like an 8 seed upset a 1 seed. And like, can you imagine like, oh, that would be awesome. Nonetheless, I would not like to lose in the first round because I think we made potentially one of the best teams I've made on 2K22 so far, and we blew a 3-2 lead in the finals last year. And we're going to a Game 7 here in round number 1. Are we serious? Miles, what are you fucking doing, dude? Like, nobody even did, like, shot that bad? Like, all right, this is horrible. This is where it's really going to get us. Well, it's one of those days. I create potentially the most talented team I have so far in the offseason rebuilds. Wow, that's actually a little bit of good juju, I would say. The Celtics in the finals beat the Warriors. Probably not going to be happening this year in real life. Yeah, this kind of stuff happens. It's one of those weird things that happens to me quite a bit in 2K, actually, when I think I should win probably multiple championships. I don't win any, and when I think I've made like an all-right team, they tend to win at least one. So that's how this game tends to go. But maybe I didn't have enough defense on this squad, whatever the situation may be. Maybe the bench wasn't good enough. Feel free to let me know what you thought the problem was down below in the comment section. But yeah, I've definitely had worse teams win a championship. So hopefully you guys did still enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below. I would definitely appreciate it. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you. Other than that, if you guys want to continue seeing, I think I am going to wait. Sorry, I know I just cut myself off. I kind of put it out to you guys, and I asked, do you guys want, I put it out on Twitter. Go follow me on there if you haven't already. I said, do you want me to wait till after the draft to kind of do some of the, like, the higher teams in the draft, off-season rebuilds, more like prospect rebuilds? And the majority of you kind of said yes, so I'm going to wait till after the draft, which is only, what, like almost a week away at this point, to do those off-season rebuilds. And yeah, other than that, we can keep doing the teams that have been eliminated from the playoffs. And other than that, this is just annoying. I don't really know what else to say. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I do love you guys. I'll catch you guys all on the next one.